Welcome back to the channel where we explore the fascinating world of psychology, human behavior, and the secrets behind what we do every day. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful nonverbal cues, eye contact. Specifically, what does it really mean when someone holds your gaze too long? Is it attraction, dominance, discomfort, or something else entirely? Stay tuned as we uncover the psychology behind long eye contact and what it reveals about people and about you, the power of eye contact. Let's start with the basics. Eye contact is one of the most fundamental ways humans connect. From the moment we're born, our eyes are a primary mode of communication. It conveys emotions, intentions, and even social status. Why is eye contact so important? It's deeply rooted in our biology. Eye contact stimulates the brain's social and emotional centers, fostering trust and connection. Psychologists have shown that sustained eye contact can increase feelings of intimacy, influence perceptions of honesty, and even impact our own emotional states. In fact, studies reveal that eye contact activates the same brain regions involved in reward and social bonding, including areas such as the ventral striatum, the medial prefrontal cortex, and the amygdala. When we look into someone's eyes, we are literally connecting on a neurological level. This is part of what makes eye contact so powerful in establishing relationships and influencing interpersonal dynamics. Moreover, eye contact is linked with mirror neuron activity, which helps us understand and empathize with others by watching subtle facial expressions, especially around the eyes. Our brains simulate those emotions, allowing us to feel connected and attuned to others' experiences. This emotional mirroring is why deep eye contact can create such powerful bonding moments, especially in romantic or emotionally intense interactions. But here's the twist. While brief eye contact can be friendly or polite, prolonged eye contact can be interpreted in multiple ways, sometimes positive, sometimes negative. That's what we're here to decode. What does long eye contact usually signify? Now, let's explore what it really means when someone holds your gaze for an extended period. Keep in mind that context matters, but certain patterns and cues are consistent across situations. A. Attraction and romantic interest. One of the most common interpretations is attraction. When someone is attracted to you, they often unconsciously maintain eye contact longer than usual. This prolonged gaze is a form of nonverbal flirting. Why does this happen? It's linked to the brain's attraction circuitry. Dopamine, oxytocin, and other neurochemicals increase when we connect visually with someone we find appealing. Holding eye contact can be a way of expressing interest without words. Research insights. Psychologists have found that people tend to hold eye contact longer with someone they're attracted to. In a study, participants looked longer at pictures of people they liked, and their gaze lingered during interactions with potential romantic partners. The limbic system, particularly the nucleus accumbens, is activated when we experience attraction through visual stimuli, such as the eyes. How to tell if it's attraction? The gaze is usually warm, soft, and accompanied by other cues, like smiling or leaning in. The person might also mirror your gestures or tilt their head. Other cues include dilated pupils, frequent glances when not looking directly, and subtle expressions of vulnerability or shyness in contrast to confidence, sustained engagement. Additionally, in romantic settings, people often engage in a pattern known as the gaze-hold-release cycle, where they hold eye contact for several seconds, then look away, and then return to the gaze again. This nonverbal rhythm often signals mutual interest and builds emotional tension and anticipation, which is foundational in early romantic development. B. Power and dominance. Long eye contact can also be a sign of power assertion. In competitive or confrontational situations, maintaining intense eye contact can serve as a display of dominance. Why? It's a way to intimidate or assert control. In some cases, people use eye contact to challenge others or establish authority. Historical and cultural context. In many cultures, direct and sustained eye contact is seen as a sign of confidence and authority. Conversely, avoiding eye contact might be interpreted as submission or dishonesty. Signs of dominance include staring without blinking or breaking gaze, maintaining eye contact despite discomfort or resistance from the other person. It is also common in leadership or negotiation contexts, where people deliberately use gaze as a psychological tactic to steer conversations or assert power. Dominance-based eye contact is often accompanied by other nonverbal cues such as a chin tilt, squared, shoulders lowered, voice tone, and strategic silence. The silence combined with an unwavering gaze creates psychological pressure and may push the other person to speak or react first. A classic power move in negotiation and high-stakes dialogue. Note: while some people use prolonged eye contact to dominate, others might do it out of habit or cultural norms. Always consider the context. For instance, in military or competitive sports environments, intense eye contact may be part of training and conditioning rather than intentional aggression. See discomfort, aggression, or challenge. Sometimes a long gaze is not positive. It can indicate discomfort, suspicion, or even aggression. What does this look like? The person might stare intensely with little blinking. Their facial expression might be tense or hostile. They may hold the gaze to intimidate or provoke psychological basis. This type of eye contact can be a sign of threat or defensiveness. In conflict situations, prolonged eye contact can escalate tensions. It is often an instinctive behavior rooted in our fight or flight response. When someone feels threatened or challenged, they might attempt to assert dominance through their gaze before resorting to verbal or physical confrontation. Important: if you notice someone giving you a long, unblinking stare with hostile cues, it's wise to be cautious. Always assess the entire body language context. Facial tension, clenched jaws, or fidgeting hands may signal underlying aggression or unease. Cultural and individual differences. Context matters. Eye contact norms vary greatly across cultures. Western cultures generally see direct eye contact as a sign of confidence and honesty. East Asian cultures may view prolonged eye contact as confrontational or disrespectful. In Japan, for example, maintaining strong eye contact with elders or authority figures may be considered rude or inappropriate. Middle Eastern cultures can involve intense eye contact as a sign of sincerity and engagement, but only within certain boundaries. For instance, it may be or vary by the type of social relationship. In African cultures such as Nigeria, avoiding eye contact with elders is a sign of respect, not evasion. Individual differences. Some people are naturally more expressive, or introverted, shy individuals might avoid eye contact altogether, whereas extroverted or confident people may hold it longer. Personality traits play a significant role. High extroversion. People with this trait are typically more comfortable with prolonged eye contact and social engagement. High neuroticism. People high in this trait may feel anxious and avoid eye contact even when they are being truthful. Trustworthiness. Extended eye contact combined with genuine warmth often signals trust. Research also suggests that eye contact synchronizes brainwaves between individuals, creating a shared understanding or emotional resonance. The science of eye contact. Duration. How long is too long, and what does the duration tell us? Research findings. Casual eye contact typically lasts around 2 to 3 seconds. Prolonged eye contact can be over 4 to 5 seconds or more. When eye contact exceeds 10 seconds, it often signals intense focus, interest, or challenge. The eye contact game. In social psychology experiments, participants who maintained eye contact for about 8 to 10 seconds often reported feeling a sense of closeness or increased attraction. However, if the gaze becomes too intense or lasts too long without reciprocation, it may cause discomfort or even anxiety for the receiver, leading them to misinterpret the intentions behind it. Furthermore, there is evidence that people can develop physiological responses, such as increased heart rate, changes in skin conductance, or even pupil dilation when involved in prolonged eye contact, suggesting that our nervous system responds automatically and significantly to these interactions. How to read someone's intentions through eye contact. Knowing what a long gaze means can help you interpret social cues more accurately. Indicators of attraction or positive interest: soft, warm eyes, smiling or facial expressions of warmth, mirroring your gestures, relaxed posture, and engaged listening. Indicators of dominance or challenge: intense, unwavering stare, facial expressions of anger or contempt, little blinking. Confident or rigid posture and potential space intrusion. Indicators of discomfort or avoidance: rapid blinking, looking away frequently, tense facial muscles, avoiding eye contact altogether, or crossing arms as a sign of self-protection. How to use this knowledge. Whether you're on a date, at a job interview, or in a social setting, understanding eye contact can give you an edge. If someone holds your gaze too long and it feels positive, it might be flirting or showing. If it feels uncomfortable or confrontational, respect their boundaries. Break eye contact politely, perhaps with a slight smile, or look away and shift the conversation. If you want to signal confidence or interest, maintain steady eye contact for a few seconds, then look away briefly. Combine eye contact with a warm smile or open posture. Remember, always consider cultural norms and individual differences. What's appropriate in one context might not be in another. In professional settings, for instance, excessive eye contact may be seen as invasive, while too little may be viewed as evasive. In romantic situations, it can signal either affection or awkwardness, depending on timing and mutual comfort. Common myths and misconceptions. Let's clear up some common myths about eye contact. Myth 1. Holding eye contact longer always means attraction. Reality: it can also be dominance, challenge, or even discomfort, especially if accompanied by cold or unreadable facial expressions. Myth 2. Avoiding eye contact means lying or being dishonest. Reality: many cultures and individuals view eye contact differently. Shyness, social anxiety, neurodivergence, or cultural Customs can all influence this behavior. Myth 3, staring is always impolite reality. In some contexts, steady eye contact is a sign of confidence, engagement, and attentiveness, and is even taught in leadership and negotiation training programs. Summary: eye contact is a powerful form of nonverbal communication. The duration and context determine what it signifies. Short gaze 2 to 3 seconds, politeness or casual engagement. Longer gaze 4+ seconds, attraction, dominance, or challenge. Vary. Long or intense stare can be intimidating or hostile. Final tips: pay attention to facial expressions, body language, and context to interpret eye contact accurately. Use your own eye contact intentionally to build rapport or show confidence, respect. Or use eye contact differently, which doesn't make their communication any less meaningful. Remember, the eyes are the windows to the soul, but they also